Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I hope all my Pete's pals out there are doing fantastic. Hopefully, you had a good beginning of the week and hopefully, you enjoyed your lesson on telling time. Today is Word Wednesday. So, before we get started, I actually got an email from Ethan, and I wanted to show you what Ethan has been up to. Remember, you get to see me, but I don't ever get to see you. So I love getting pictures and emails from moms or big brothers and sisters, whoever can upload pictures. I would love to see pictures. So let me show you. This is a picture of Ethan, and he has his Pete right there. And I love how he did his writing on the writing paper. Here's another picture. He's reading the second book in the Magic Treehouse series. There he is. And then here's another picture of Ethan. Do you see Pete? He's hanging on the trampoline. I love to see pictures like this, so please send more my way. Also, Ethan, love the name Link for our caterpillars. In fact, maybe we'll start our lesson today with a glimpse at the caterpillars. Remember, we will learn more about their body on Friday, and I will also give you the diagram as promised so you can look at the bodies up close. But check this out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now their bellies are white, their tops are brown, and they are enormous. I have linked a close-up picture and a video of one kind of nibbling away right in front of the camera. I just took it moments ago. Oh, and here's one moving right there. There's more skin that has been molted. And, oh, that one's moving. I wish I could see. My computer camera isn't very good. There, you can see that one moving. Look at him wiggling around. They are so big now that you will see soon they're going to crawl up to the top. They're going to make a button and hang downward and turn up and make a J shape. And that's how they're going to start making their chrysalis, by turning into that J shape. Very exciting. Anyway, Ethan, his mom emailed me and said he thought Link would be a great name. I love it. So we're going to name them all Link. This can be Link 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then Link number 5 is at the bottom. Very exciting. I love to see them wiggling around. The other thing I wish I could show you are their cute little legs. They have these little suction kind of legs, and my camera just won't pick it up. But take a look at them in the picture and video I sent, because they're pretty amazing. Caterpillars have sections of legs. They're not legs all along like a centipede or a millipede. They have all kinds of legs. These guys have little sections. You'll see more on Friday. All right, it is Word Wednesday, so we're going to get working on our words. We're starting with a sight word review. We are already on number 4, our list number 4, and I think there might be 6 or 8 lists to review. So we're making progress. Here are the words from this list. The word I. Oh my goodness. That one can't be sounded out. Would you think this says my? No, it might say maya or something like that. So this one is a non-sounder outer. My. How about this one? L, I, k, e. This one's tricky too. There's a rule that we haven't learned yet. It's more of a first grade rule, and that is E, bossy E makes I say its name. So if I use that rule, it might be like. It is the word like. Again, We're just going to try to memorize what it looks like, and then we'll learn those tricky rules a little bit later. How about this one? R. R. What other sound can O make? Or. Four. Yes. Had to switch that vowel sound around. That's why this is a sight word. How about this one? We worked on this one before school got out. Ah. No, I know you guys know this one. It's the word no. How about this with the two consonants? Actually, there's three right there in the middle. Let's see if we can sound that out. L, I, T, L, 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 E. Ooh, let's try that again. L, I, T, T, L, E. Not a sounder outer. Can't sound that one out. Little. This is the word little. Good. And our last one begins with that a diagraph that we've been working on. What does SH blend together to say? Do you remember? Not but sh. All right. So, sh. Eh? Change this E. What sound? What else can E say? She. She. Perfect. So your sight word review for this week is my, like, for, no, little, and she. I'm going to give you two choices of activities. Miss B has combined 3 different words to make a sentence out of. You can choose to do that, make a bunch of, maybe, why don't we challenge ourselves to say 3 different sentences with all of the words? Not all the words in one sentence, but divide them up in 3 different sentences. Hopefully that makes sense. The other thing you can do is your rainbow write. Rainbow write is you take the word and then you're going to trace over it in a rainbow color. And you know what might be fun? Trace over it with all the rainbow colors. So you would write the word my, and then you would write it in red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, right on top of each other. And then it turns into a rainbow. So 2 different choices to practice your sight words. Here's my sentence. Ready? I was tricky and I made a sentence with 3 of the sight words. My sentence is, my little sister has no juice. Kind of a silly sentence. And the word sister and juice, I used my adult spelling. You would use your kid spelling. Make sure you're listening for at least 3 sounds, maybe even 4 sounds in each word. I have finger spaces and I finish my sentence with punctuation mark with a period. All right, kiddos, that is your sight word review. And if you were going to keep going on sentences, you would cross out my, my, little, and no, and then you would use like and for and she in another 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, today we are continuing working on our beginning sounds. Last week, and I think the week before, we were talking about our diagraphs. Do you remember what our diagraphs are? They are SH, like the word she, sh, and then there was ch, which is CH, that was TH, and the less common ones were WH and PH being the trickiest one. So those are our diagraphs. Well, diagraphs aren't the only thing that blend or make beginning sounds. There's also letters that we just call blends, 2 letters that are put together that make a blending kind of sound. Today, we're working on the letter L blends, like this. I'm sorry, my teacher light's getting in the way. There's a whole lot of letter L blends. So let's start with BL. BL. Bull, bull. I wrote the word blend. Do you hear that? Blend, blend. The B and the L really are mixing together to make that beginning sound. How about the next one? Full, flower. Clock. Hey, I thought I'd put that one in there just to review. Hopefully you are practicing telling your time with a clock. How about glow? Pull, plant. Slow. There are many other blends that you can be looking for. There's the R blends, like tree, T and R blending together. There are lots, and I have included an L blend worksheet and then a beginning sound game that has two different, an S and a W blend and an S and an M blend, I believe, that you can play. You can print those out and play, or if you want, you can make your own activities. It's always fun to go on a scavenger hunt in a book. So maybe if you want to grab one of your readers, your mini readers, you can choose one of the blends, and see how many you can find, how many L blends you can find, or go on a hunt and see how many diagraphs you can find. Either way would be very fun. All right, kiddos, it is time for our story. The perfect book for Word Wednesday and for our letter L blends is Click, Clack, Moo. If you've not read this book, it's very silly, it's very cute, and it has lots of that L blend, click and clack. Can cows type? Is that what's going on in this story? I don't know. It is by Doreen Crawlin. Remember, by means author. Pictures by Betsy Lewin. That is who drew the pictures. Usually they use the word illustrator, but this particular time they said pictures by. That helps us to know, doesn't it? Can tell the difference between who wrote it and who drew the pictures. Here we go. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo, and he looks grumpy about it. Don't think he's liking that sound very much. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Listen to those blends. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Think he's gonna go check out what's going on in that barn? Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Do you think hens get cold? I'll tell you what. We have a light for our chickens outside in their coop because they really do get cold, but I don't think they need electric blankets. And if you look carefully, if I go on a scavenger hunt, I see a BL blend blankets. What's going to happen? Is the farmer going to let them have their blankets? It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the backyard, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. The next day he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. And what did Miss B say about hers? Hens really can get cold. Not sure about cows, but I know our chickens can get cold when it's cold outside. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the backyard he heard them click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. What are they going to ask for this time? Or who are they going to ask for? Maybe another animal wants something? Cows the type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. That's a great word. Furious means very angry. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Well, Farmer Brown, I think you might be dealing with some smarter than usual cows and hens. If they can type, they really might wait for those blankets, huh? Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. What's an ultimatum? Basically, it's in this case, a letter that says the end of something, an ultimatum. That's a tricky word. It's kind of like Farmer Brown's last word on the topic. He's putting his foot down and saying, that is it. Cows are cows and hens are hens, he's saying. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. What's going to happen? Duck knocked on the doorway early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Maybe cows really do get cold. Maybe Farmer better give him their blankets. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come over with the typewriter. I see cows toasty warm and I see hens toasty warm. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, quack, click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. Did you see that coming? Now it's the ducks that are asking Farmer Brown for things and using the typewriter. Very silly. Did they get it? They got their diving board. Very fun. That's a great example of blends. All right, my friends, it's time to say goodbye. I have one more thing that I attached, or two more things that I attached to your email lesson. One is the link to where I bought my caterpillars. So you can buy a kit for your family if you guys want to do that at home. And I also have a beginning sound video for you to watch, and I think you'll like it. It is one of the Jim Hartman dance exercise videos that we used to watch when we did our Go Noodle Time. This one is a fun freeze dance where you have to be listening for the beginning sounds of words and make sure you're freezing on the right one. So I hope you enjoy that, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye!